We are just about halfway through the first season of Ahsoka, and there are currently no shortage of questions. Where's Thrawn? Who's this Merrick guy? And will we ever get to see a Lothcat again? Okay, I'm just kidding about that last one. But one major question that I've been mulling over came from episode 3, when it appeared that Sabine was trying to use the Force. But that should be impossible, right? Sabine isn't Force sensitive, is she? I'm Zach from the Five Nights Tavern, and today, I want to ask the question, is Sabine actually Force sensitive? Let's get started. Okay, so right off the bat, this one should be a no-brainer. Sabine is not Force sensitive. Throughout all the seasons of Rebels, she has never shown any signs of being able to use the Force at all. The closest we got to her training in the Force was Kanan helping her train with the Darksabers so she could work through some personal issues involving doubt and fear. But now here in Ahsoka, we learn that Sabine has actually been training under Ahsoka to become a Jedi, despite her being...
I never had the talent, the abilities. Not like Ezra.
That much is true.
Thanks.
I have known many Padawans over the centuries, and I can safely say your aptitude for the Force would fall short of them all.
His words, not mine. And that alone leads to an interesting question. Can you train to become a Jedi despite not being Force sensitive? Is there even a point to it? Sabine was already a rebel hero and a strong Mandalorian warrior. Why bother being a Jedi if you can't have the fancy powers that go with it? At least, that's what I thought before watching the third episode of Ahsoka, when the show highly implied that Sabine would eventually be able to use the Force. I'm talking about this scene right here, where she loses an epic battle against a coffee cup that simply refuses to move for her. In my mind, this scene is simple foreshadowing to when Sabine will eventually be able to use the Force. But that shouldn't be possible, right? If Sabine could use the Force, surely she would have known by now, right? She spent years around 2 other Jedi who would have noticed her power, wouldn't they? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for her to suddenly be capable of using this power after everything she had been through. So what gives? In my mind, I have 2 theories as to what's going on, with the first one being that the Force could potentially choose someone to wield it later in life. Perhaps the Force imbues itself onto those who need it despite not previously possessing any abilities. We know that the Force resides within all living beings, so perhaps it's possible to unlock some of these abilities through rigorous training and dedication. Sabine might not be able to match the power of a Skywalker or a Palpatine, but maybe she could wield a bit of that power. My second idea is that this is all just a big red herring and Sabine isn't Force sensitive at all. Perhaps this shot of her trying to use the Force will be used to explain later on how she doesn't actually need the power to succeed, and that victory can be achieved through hard work and believing in oneself. The message could be that anyone can become a Jedi, as long as they follow the teachings of the Order and fight for the good of the galaxy. You don't need special powers to be special. You just have to do what's right. At the time of me recording this, the 4th episode of Ahsoka has not yet been released, so I'm excited to see where they go with Sabine. But what do you guys think? Is Sabine Force sensitive? Why or why not? Would it make any sense? Would you like it? Anything like that. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and as always, cheers.